Hello students, myself Deepika Prajapati from Computer Department, and today we are going to learn about the subject introduction regarding our .NET programming. So dear all students, here today let's start the introduce about .NET programming from the 4th semester. So here this one is nothing but GTU based. It means Gujarat Technological University based our .NET programming course circums. So here our new subject from 4th semester is .NET programming, and the code about .NET programming is that 3340704. So in a 4th semester in which offered this subject as a 4th semester and diploma programs in which this course is offered as a computer engineering. So first one is rationals, second competency, third course outcomes, then 4 teaching and examination scheme about .NET programming. So dear all student, here first of all rational, it means nothing but given a .NET platform has involved quickly to become a robust technology platform for enterprise application development. So it means that .NET programming is nothing but it is an open source developer platform that is created by a Microsoft. So it's a rational about our .NET programming. Second one is a competency. So the course content should be taught and implement with the aim to develop different types of skills so that students are able to acquire following competency. So which types of competency provided acquired to this Microsoft created as a .NET platform. So to design user interface, code, testing and debug VB.NET application. So here we are going to learn about as a .NET programming, the one part of as a VB.NET. So the third one is a course outcomes. So the course outcomes is that the theory should be taught and practically should be carried out in such a manner that students are able to acquire different learning outcomes in cognitive, physiomotors and affective domain to demonstrate following course outcome. So which types of following course outcome has first of all explain the architecture of .NET technology. So we have to learn first of all .NET technology architecture and its framework. Then we have to develop single form based simple .NET application using basic and advanced control. So which types of control used to develop a web application using .NET programming language. Then develop a multiple form and menu based on .NET application. Then develop ADO.NET. So ADO is nothing but active data object. This is nothing but our one type of database to store our data from user side as well as client side. So ADO.NET based database driven .NET application. And last one, implement and troubleshoot simple .NET application. So this is our course outcomes. Now teaching and examination scheme is that first of all here one is a teaching scheme in ours. So LTP. So LTP is nothing but L stands for our lectures, T stands for our theory as well as tutorial points given by teacher guided, and then P stands for our practical session and total credit. C stands for our credit additional to lecture, theory based and practical session. So it is the addition of L plus T plus P that given to per subject as a credit given as a 7. And here the examination scheme divided into two parts, theory based marks and practical marks. So theory based marks provided as a ESC and PA. So ESC is nothing but our end semester examination and PA is a practical association. So practical marks also derived as ESC and PA, and total marks including these theory based marks and practical marks as a 200 depends on GTU syllabus. So here legends of the LTPC. So L stands for, we have already discussed. L stands for lecture, T stands for tutorial as well as a teacher guided theory practice, and P stands for practical, C stands for credit, ESC stands for end semester examination, and PA you can also PA derived as a practical assessment as well as a progressive assessment. Then course details. So here our chapter number, chapter name, and the subtopic from the chapter is derived as first of all unit, second one is a major learning, and third one is a topic and its subtopic. So our unit number 1 in a .NET programming is that introduction to Microsoft .NET framework and VB.NET. So now major learning outcomes from this chapter number 1 is first list the components of framework and describe CLR. CLR is nothing but one type of component from the .NET framework, and CLR stands for Common Language Runtime. Second one is recognize various parts of VB.NET IDE. IDE is nothing but our integrated development environment kit. So third one, major learning outcomes is list data types operator, implement small program using operators, loop and array. And here 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 so and so up to 1.6 is nothing but our subtopic of the chapter number 1. Next, here unit 2, introduction to Windows Common Control. So here the major learning outcomes from the chapter number 2 about Windows Common Control is a design user interface using a unlisted controls and list controls, important properties, method, events, and develop the test and debug small application using unlisted control. And here this one is a subtopic from the chapter number 2. Then chapter number 3, additional controls and menus of Windows. So we have to learn from the chapter number 3 as well as depends on the major learning outcomes is 3A, list assorted controls and properties, events, method, develop small application using appropriate controls, and then develop application using menus and pop-up menus. And then unit number 4, advanced features of VB.NET. So here the advanced features of VB.NET is chapter number 4 include the dialog boxes in a develop application, then different sub procedure and function, then create application and using procedure and function, and then differentiate structure and unstructured error handling, then include execute exception handling in development application using structure and unstructured error handling, and then develop multiple form application using advanced features of VB.NET. And last one is chapter number 5 is inbuilt function and database access using ADO.NET. So ADO.NET is nothing but active data object and totally depends on database. So chapter number 5 is a derived form depends on a database as well as a ADO.NET. You can also say about the ADO.NET as well as a database access. So major learning outcome from the chapter number 5 is a use a mathematical function, string function, and here describe the object of ADO.NET model, its query, and so and so. So here this one is our nothing but a total chapter distribution and its major learning outcomes and its subtitles topic. Then teaching hours and marks depends on our unit. So chapter number 1 teaching hours 6 and this is the distribution of theory marks. Then here chapter number 2 teaching hour 8 and this is also distribution of the theory marks. Chapter number 3 teaching hours 12, 4 teaching hours 6 and 5 teaching hour 10. So totally 5 chapter included in our .NET programming language. So dear all students, you have to learn this new language in a fourth semester, and you all already studied about the different types of language like C language, C++ language, and now in this semester we are going to started the study of the new language is .NET programming. So dear all students, here in this semester your .NET programming subject taken by me is that Deepika Prajapati. Here this is the suggested list of exercise as well as our practical. So this portion is our practical. So here totally 20 practical given in our .NET programming, and these all practical performed by you all students, and this is the suggested list of students activities, special instruction strategies, and this is the learning resources. So list of the books, this is the reference book and with its author name. So you can use also about the .NET programming book as the reference, and here this one is the major equipment instrument with the broad specification software learning website. Okay dear, I hope you all are easily understand about the overview of this syllabus about .NET programming. Okay, thank you.